We've got 2 hours of health advice on Dubai Eye today, and we want your calls. In the first hour, it's all about your ears, nose and throat, posing your questions to ENT specialist Dr. Nanor from Zahra Hospital. Then from midday, it's time to man up with Dr. Manaf from the Health Bay Polyclinic as we talk prostate health. Plus, we'll have a special report on how you can look younger without invasive surgery. 04-423-1010 is the number that you need to call for your free consultation. And as ever, you can text us on 4001. I'm Ray Addison, this is Dubai Today, and it all starts next.
Your mid-morning music moment on Dubai Today with Suzanne Radford.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And high up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it go, but if you never try, you'll never know just what you were. Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face, and tears stream down your face. I promise you I will learn from my mistakes. Tears stream down your face, and lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
Kicking off Dubai Today in style with your mid-morning moment only on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Yes, good morning. It's Ray Addison standing in for Suzanne Radford off in London, finding out all about an initiative which we're going to be taking place over here in the UAE, which is called Eat the World. They're bringing all the food trucks over here to the UAE, and Suzanne's checking out the foodie scene in London, seeing what's going to be heading our way, and we'll find out a little bit more from her during the week. I think we'll probably get an update during the Thursday brunch. But today it is our health show. We've got our eye very firmly on health today. We've got the topic of our ears, our noses and our throats in the very first hour. Dr. Nanor Tchaghlasian, who's an ENT specialist at Zahra Hospital. Hello, Doc. Morning.
Hello. Good morning, Ray.
Really good to have you with us today.
Thank you.
This is something that I'm going to guess, and you can educate me on this. A lot of us experience problems, not on a day-to-day basis, but throughout the year, and it can be very seasonal as well. We'll get coughs, we'll get colds, our kids will get earaches, we'll have general sort of problems with runny noses and sort of weird lumps and bumps and bleeding, and all sorts of myriad things can happen with our ENT area. And sometimes it's just a minor thing which can, be sort of dealt with by something, from the pharmacy over the counter. But other times there are more serious issues at base. So just talk us through some of the general kind of ENT conditions that you deal with on a daily basis.
Okay. Let me start with the ears. Mm-hmm. Okay. The most general thing that we see usually in our clinics are the earache, especially earache with the children, because the children are more prone to have flus, and because of the anatomical changes from adults, the Eustachian tube, which is a tube which connects the nasopharynx with the middle ear, are anatomically different from the adults. They are more horizontal and more shorter.
Okay, I'm going to have to cut in there, Doc. Right, this is what I do not understand. How is that whole thing connected? Our ears to our nose to our throat. How does it work in layman's terms?
Okay, you have a cavity which is called nasopharynx. Mm-hmm. When you open your mouth, you can see your pharynx and soft palate. So above that thing and behind your nose, there is a cavity.
This is the top of the top and back of the mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
So in that area, there is something which is called the adenoid. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it is in close, very relation with the posterior opening of the nose, and in close relation with the openings of the Eustachian tube. Mm-hmm. So the Eustachian tube is a canal, is a tube which opens between the middle ear and between the nasopharynx. So when the baby will have flu, the mucus and the secretions from the nose and the nasopharynx will go easily by the Eustachian tube to the ears and will cause a middle ear infection in the baby.
So it's all connected.
Connected together.
The fluids are kind of, they can migrate from one area to the other area, and because they're not supposed to be there, it causes issues. Yeah,
the fluid in the middle ear, when the mucus will go in the middle ear, it will give active infection in the middle ear. Just we call it acute otitis media. Mm-hmm. The baby will have very high fever. He will have very severe pain. He will wake up during the night crying from the pain. So in this case, the parents have the baby have to be seen by a doctor. Mm-hmm. The doctor, usually this kind of infections are mostly viral. So doctor, from the severity of the infection, will know if the baby needs any antibiotic or not. So some of them needs antibiotics, some of them doesn't need any antibiotic. The pain will last 1 or 2 days, and the infection will subside gradually within 10 days, and everything will be back to normal. But the problem here that because the baby is more prone to have a flu, and the flu with the baby will stay there in the adults, it will stay for 1 week and it will go. But for the baby, it will stay more than 15 days, sometimes 15 days, 3 weeks. So this one will cause recurrent ear infection. So if it is between 4 or 5 infections yearly, it's normal. But if it is the most important thing between these infections, if the ear is coming back to normal or not. If it is coming back to normal, it's okay. If it is not coming back to normal and there's some fluid level staying in the middle ear, there is a problem.
This is why you hear all the time, especially with young kids, with babies, you go, she just keeps getting it, just keeps coming back. It just keeps coming back all the time. I keep taking to the doctor, getting it treated, coming back. What's the problem? Great to finally sort of get an answer to that one, Doctor. We're going to get lots of great advice on today's show. Dr. Tchaghlasian's here, an ENT specialist from Zahra Hospital, and we're chatting just before the break, Doc, about recurrent ear infections, particularly in children, but there are things that can be done to prevent them from recurring.
Yes, there are many things that can parents do to prevent that one. First of all, I will speak about breastfeeding. Breastfeeding will transfer the immunity from mother to the child, so it will prevent middle ear infection until 1 year or 1.5 years. And second...
Sorry, Doc, are you saying if a mother breastfeeds, there is 100% zero chance of the child getting an ear infection in the first year?
You cannot say 100%, but usually we don't see so much ear infection before 1 year.
Okay, so
if there is breastfeeding.
Greatly reduced.
Yes,
okay.
Greatly reduced. The second issue, please eliminate passive smoke. This is in the environment of the baby. This is very important. And please stop the pacifier. If the baby is using the pacifier after 1 year, stop the pacifier.
What's the connection between using the dummy and...
Because all the night, if the baby is taking pacifier, it will, and he has some mucus or pus in the nose, that one will help the mucus to move through the station to the middle ear. Avoid the supine bottle feeding. And don't let the bottle during the night inside the mouth of the baby. So let the baby take the bottle. After a while, go to sleep. Don't leave him sleeping with the bottle.
In terms of the pacifier, I mean, obviously, I know you're giving us advice here, and I totally respect the advice. But I'm thinking back to the times when I had a little tiny baby, and he wanted his dummy so much, and if I took it off him, it would be an issue, particularly at the younger age. So it's not so easy for parents just to go, okay, I won't give the baby the dummy because of the potential consequences.
You can give it until 1 year, so don't give him after 1 year.
Well, yeah, okay, but are there any other options after that year? Is there anything that you would recommend to replace the dummy that won't cause those kinds of issues?
No, I don't think
it's just
another option.
Dummy is gone. Okay.
Dummy is gone, and
you thought there was going to be some bad headlines today. That's the worst headline for parents with kids under 1. Okay.
There is one point also,
Go
please, Ray. Vaccination, pneumococcal and anti-flu vaccination will help to reduce the infections in the middle ear also. Okay. So it's better to take these vaccinations for the children.
I mean, in terms of the vaccinations and things like that, is that something that new parents are being told about in an adequate way? We're all getting that information?
Yes, usually they take it in their vaccination chart. They take it with pediatricians. They take it.
Dilip says, I have severe itching in the outer ear. What causes it? How can I prevent it? Let me just ask a dumb question to start with. When I think outer ear, I'm thinking about the earlobe and just generally around the ear, the outside of the ear. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not only the earlobe, it's not only the pinna, you have the canal also, ear canal. So the opening of ear canal and ear canal, which has a skin on it. It's like the skin of our face. And the skin, like any skin in any part of the body, sometimes will have some eczema. So eczema of the ear canal will cause irritation and itchiness. This is some people who are more prone to allergy. They have eczema in both ears and they have itchiness. But the itchiness, if it is very severe and it's not usual and it's there for a couple of days, it means there is an infection in the outer ear, and mostly it's fungal infection in the outer ear.
So it's a little bit, in a way, it's a bit like the recurrent infections kind of being caused by something. If you've got a recurrent sort of itchiness in the outer ear, you've got an infection, a fungal infection inside your ear.
Yeah, inside your ear canal.
Does this go undiagnosed most of the time? People just put up with it?
No,
just give
usually it gives signs such as itchiness and pain. So the patient will come to ask help from the doctor. But it's recurrent, especially in this place of the world, in Dubai, because there is so much swimming. Recurrent infection of outer canal, we will see it so much in Dubai.
I want to talk to you actually about swimmers' ear. ENT specialist Dr. Nanor Tchaghlasian is here. She's from Zahra Hospital. We've only got you for a very limited time, Doc, haven't we? We've got you for about another 20 minutes on the programme. So if people want to get their questions in and get some advice on today's programme, you need to get in touch with us now. Chatting today to ENT specialist Dr. Nanor Tchaghlasian, and the debate about pacifiers is kind of raging off air in the Twitter sphere, or actually, well, it's in the Twitter sphere, but it's also on our tweet lines as well, text lines. We don't really have time to go into it, but yeah, I mean, I didn't want to take my pacifier away from my kid, but we kind of did do it. We just did it gradually, but I'm guilty of he kept it long after his first birthday. Thanks to everyone who's been texting, and we'll get to some of those questions in a minute. Shazzy's texted in. She's got an ear infection. Hey, Shazzy, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Actually, I don't have an ear infection. I have an advice.
Oh.
More than a question from something my mother-in-law taught me.
Okay, all right, go on then.
I don't know how mother-in-laws are. There's a lot of bad, but the couple things she told me was great. When I had my daughter, all the books I read and stuff said that when you wash the baby, you pour the water over the forehead down. You wash the head. Well, she told me that that's not the way to do it because the water goes into the ear canal.
Right.
So the way to do it is you hold the baby on its tummy and then pour the water from the back of the head to wash the scalp.
Okay.
And the ear will stop the water from going into the ears. So
there we go. Okay, a little bit of advice.
To a lot of friends, and it really does work. So if you're washing the baby and pouring the water in the front, don't do it.
Okay, let's see what the doc reckons to that bit of homespun advice there. What do you think, Doctor? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. She's right. If the baby on the tummy, the water will not be, because the pinna will prevent water from going inside the ear canal. But if you put the water from the head also the pinna will protect the water and the ear canal opening, and the water will not go. She is right.
Advice. Thank you very much to Shazzy for that. You've got to be careful when you wash the baby's head, because you don't want to give them the equivalent of a sort of an early waterboarding experience. Lena texted, says some people have neurodermatitis and have itchiness around the earlobe. They need steroid cream. Talking from experience of near and dear ones, getting the correct remedy was not easy, and that's why I would like to spread the knowledge. We're getting a lot of advice here from the listeners as well. Would you concur with that? You've heard of this one?
I'm okay. Some people need steroid creams, but they cannot use it for a long time. So maybe they will use it for a couple of days and stop it. But mostly they have to protect their ears from humidity and from wetness. This is the most important thing to prevent recurrent ear infection, especially recurrent outer ear infections.
Is it true that if you overuse steroid creams, you can build up a kind of a resistance to them, and you have to keep switching the type of cream, the type of medication that you take?
No, it's not like antibiotic, not about the resistance, but the steroid will affect badly on the skin, so it will have some side effects on the skin of the ear canal. So they can use for limited time, but not on daily.
I guess it's like anything. If it's kind of continuing for a long time, despite sort of treating it, you do have to sort of end up going to a doctor at the end to sort of say, what's going on. It's obviously, it's not what I thought it was. Doc's here for about another 7 or 8 minutes, so if you want to get your question in, get it in now. When we went to the last break, we promised we were going to talk about the issue of swimmer's ear. What is this, Doc? This is where you feel like you've got water trapped inside the ear canal?
No, you feel very severe pain and blocked ear. So it is a kind of infection of the ear canals, which sometimes will be recurrent. So let me explain to you a little bit about the wax, and after that we will go for the swimmer ears. The wax is a sticky substance which is normally is inside your ear canal. There are special glands which produces this sticky substance in your ear canal, and the wax is there to protect your ear from out issues. It will trap the bacteria and viral and prevent reaching them to the eardrum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the more important thing, the wax will give a pH for the ear canal, so it's a little bit acidic pH. It's around 4 to 5. This pH will protect the ear and prevent the fungus and bacteria to grow there. So wax has a very great role to protect our ears from infections.
So how often should we clean our ears, and how should we do it? Because this is a hot debate in the Addison household.
You know, Ray, the ear has a very beautiful mechanism that it cleans itself by itself because of the movement of the jaw, and because of the movement of the hair cells in the skin of the ear canal. The wax will come out by itself.
Doc, I don't think that's true. I know you're the expert, but I've seen some people with properly manky ears, and they're full of wax. That is not an ear that is cleaning itself. And I think sometimes you've got to actually take a little bit of action and check your ears and get them cleaned out.
If your wax is normal, you need only to clean it from outside. No need to go and use the Q-tips, because if you are using the Q-tips, you are pushing the wax inside more. Okay, so if you have any issue with the wax is sometimes will be so hard, it will be trapped inside the ear canal. It will block the ear canal and will cause hearing loss and tinnitus. So at that time you need to go to the doctor to remove the wax. In other case, if you don't have any hearing loss or you don't have any ear blockage, no need to clean the wax from the ears.
I'm not a medical doctor, so please ignore all my advice, every single person who's listening, but I've used Q-tips my whole life and I've had one ear infection. My wife insists that you can never put a Q-tip anywhere near your ear. Ear infections all over the place.
Why do you use Q-tip?
Because it gets the job done. It gets the job done quickly, easy. It doesn't cause me any problems whatsoever. And you get a clean ear. That's why I don't know whether I'm doing it in like some sort of special way, and I know everybody says don't use it. Internet, don't use it. You're saying don't use it. You're the expert. We do have to listen to you, but I use it and it works.
It works. So you can use a tissue also from outside and clean your ear. So no need to go for the Q-tip.
Or a pen. Okay, let's talk about swimmers' ear.
Let us go back to the swimmer's ear.
Yes.
So when you go to swimming so much, especially a swimming pool, you have chloride in the water, chlor in the water. So that one will change the pH of the outer ear. And changing the pH of the outer ear will predispose for growing of bacteria and virus there. So you will have recurrent ear infection. It's a very painful ear condition. The patient will not be able to sleep because of the severe pain and blockage of the ear canal. So we have so much emergency cases with this outer ear infection. Whenever you feel your ear is a little bit blocked, it's not normal, irritating, just don't wait. Don't put anything inside your ear, because sometimes you will put some chemicals or something, or you will try to itch your ear. It will it will worsen the condition more. So come to the doctor. The doctor can give the correct medication to you.
Doctor, it's been fantastic having you on the programme. Such a limited time. We'll have to get you back and give you a longer run, because we've got so many questions we haven't had time to get to from the listeners. And do you know what? We should just do a show where we invite the listeners to call us up and give us their advice on the ear, nose and throat, because it seems like everybody's got a remedy which works for them. But thank you so much. You're down at the Zahra Hospital, ENT specialist down there, and people can get in touch with you if they want to be in touch. Have a great day.